This is the additional maths paper 2014, and we're looking at question 2. So the first question here is the factorising question. This is similar to the ones that you'll have at GCSE if you're doing the higher paper, which you should be if you're doing this paper. So the first thing I recommend you do is multiply the 15 and the 8. This is the method that I tend to use. There might be different ones out there. This is just makes sense to me. Find the factors of 120. So we know we got 12 and 10. We got 24 and 5. You should see 30 and 4, 20 and 6. And you probably could go on for a bit longer if you wanted to, so 10 and 12, and so on. You should notice that you need to make sure you find the middle number. So in this case, we need to make minus 14. The only one that's going to do that is our 20 and 6 in this case. So what we're going to do is just write a little note to know what we're going to be going to get minus 14. Well, I know it's 6, take away 20 will give me that. Rewrite it back into your long version. So this is a bit like when you have expanded brackets and you expand out for the first time, you get that long version before you simplify in. That's essentially what you've just done. So doesn't matter which way you put this, it's personal preference. So I'm going to say plus 6 minus 6x, don't forget your x there, minus 20x minus 8. Draw a little wall down the middle and find your common factors in each. So in this one, I've got 3x is common. That leaves me with 5x plus 2. Now this bracket should be the same, so I just tend to write it in straight away because it just gives me a little bit more of confidence. And then again, check in. So, well, what makes it should be 4. Now, as you notice, there's negatives on both of these, so I know it's going to be minus 4. Finish off my factorisation. I'm going to have 3x minus 4 and 5x plus 2. Oh, again, remembering your x's where possible. Just tidy that bit up. There we go. That's a bit better. Might tidy that up completely. Okay. Now, the second question we've got, it says solve. So you might know just to change the sign, make it opposite, but why is that really happening? It's always important to know. So we're making the bracket equal 0. So if the first bracket was to equal 0, when I multiply the two, the whole answer will become 0. So once you've done this, it's just rearranging then. So it makes it a little bit easier to see. That way you're just not going to make a mistake. So that's going to give me 4 over 3. And then similar to that, the same with the other one. So if the second bracket was equal to 0, again, do the same thing. So minus 2 this time. And then x will become minus 2 over 5. And there we go. You've then solved it. That's 4 marks on offer for that one. So let's check mark scheme. So the first mark's 2 marks for getting your factorisation right. B1 if you did it correctly, but you got the signs the wrong way around. So that's good to know that if you do mess up your signs, you're still going to get a mark. And for the second one, we needed to have from the factorisation, which is what we've done, and have them. So why it means from must be from factorising means that you can't do the quadratic formula to get these. You have to do it from your answer above. Next part on this is still on the same question, so we'll cover it as well. So we said using the method of completing the square. Okay, so whenever we're completing the square, remember you're halving that middle part and you're multiplying back out because essentially that's the part that you don't need from the double bracket. So what's half of 10? Well, it's 5. That's the bracket. Because imagine if we expanded this out, it'd be x squared plus 10x plus 25. Well, I don't need that 25. I just want x squared plus 10x. So that's why we take away that 25. And then add your 3 on because you still haven't lost that. It's still part of the question. But at this point then, so we're just going to make it nice and tidy. So minus 22. And find the least value. So when x is 0, well, not x is 0, when the bracket becomes 0, we get our least value. So in this case, inside this bracket, we want to make it 0. So x needs to be -5, because -5 times 5, well, -5 plus 5 gives us 0. 0 squared is still 0, and that gives us our least value is -22. Don't forget the negative there. Okay, let's have a look at the mark scheme. So you actually got 1 mark for just showing x plus 5 squared. So if you are a little bit forgetful, it's really interesting just to remember that part. Then you got another mark for doing the -25 plus 3, but it not being evaluated. And then the last part is actually getting your -22. And just telling the examiner this is your least mark. I think I've actually gone one step a bit further here because they haven't asked you to state what x is, but a lot of questions tend to anyway, so it's good to have it just to do it. And that's that, question 2 completed. Well done.